Frank Ocean performed at Coachella yesterday, and it was his first performance in over 6 years. Frank Ocean was set to perform Coachella in 2020, but we all know the pandemic happened, so that didn't happen. And then, unfortunately, Frank Ocean's brother Ryan passed away in August of 2020, and he was potentially going to perform in 2022, but it got pushed to 2023. And he's the headliner of Coachella, so you know the expectations are high, and they want him to deliver. So apparently, it was a disaster. Keep in mind, I am a big Frank Ocean fan, so I might have a little bias, but I'm gonna try and report this and just report it without any bias. And if you enjoy my commentary analysis, maybe give me a subscribe, and if not, I wish you your best in your future endeavors. Let's get into this Frank Ocean and Coachella experience that was not great for all parties involved, whether you was Frank, whether you was Coachella, or whether you was the fans. And let's get into why. So the stage production was supposed to and did contain an ice ring that was constructed and ready to go. Frank decided at the last minute that he no longer wanted it at all. All of the people walking around him at the start of the performance were actually ice skaters, had been practicing for weeks, and were supposed to be skating as part of the production. Coachella had to deconstruct the approved stage that had been planned and signed off on for months in advance, melt the entire ice ring, and then set it up how Frank decided today with no warning, which is what you ended up seeing and caused the hour-long delay. This all happened when the doors already opened for Sunday, and people were securing their spots to see him. If the last-minute changes weren't made, he wouldn't have performed at all, leaving the festival without a closing headliner. Frank also personally pulled the plug at the last second on the live stream, which left a very sour taste in many inside Coachella's mouth. Ultimately, and I quote, "It just didn't seem like he wanted to be there but was obligated to be. Everything, including him, fell apart last minute." Don't expect to see any coverage from the festival about the set, something that is unprecedented in the history of Coachella. The relationship is not in a good place right now. So that's a lot to take in. First off, the not being able to play the live stream for your fans, there's no defending that. That's just a dick move on Frank Ocean's part. But also keep in mind that Frank Ocean and his brother Ryan used to go to Coachella together. So maybe Frank thought that he was gonna be okay to be able to do this performance, but when he actually arrived and got there and started feeling the memories and reminiscing and things, and it just kind of set him off, or maybe he couldn't do it. As someone that's lost their dad, there's no way to really describe grief, and it comes in various ways. Everyone deals with it differently. To me, hearing a piano or listening to Ray Charles or certain things reminds me of my dad. And the fact that Frank Ocean and his brother Ryan went to Coachella together definitely was something that was gonna hit him, and he wouldn't know until he got there. Now, am I defending him getting rid of the ice rink? No, I am not, because people put their blood, sweat, and tears to come up with that set and before it to be able to perform for him. So for him last minute to get rid of it, I don't know, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I understand Frank is looking like a diva to a lot of people. To me, it's like, where do you draw the line on if this is grief or has Frank gone too far? I just feel like if Frank didn't want to be there, then he should have just not did it. Instead of delaying it for an hour, not paying for the curfew, making fans wait for that hour, and then this person kind of summed it up best. What Frank Ocean did to his fan base tonight is unacceptable and lame as fuck on so many levels. It's gonna take me a long time to get over this one. On the plus side, there's no album coming anytime remotely soon, so I got plenty of time to cope. Bad night for Frank fans. You offer zero merch, you don't allow Coachella to stream it to your fans worldwide, you don't provide any new music, you lip sync half the songs to the sloppy remixes that sounded put together 3 days ago, you show up over an hour late, and you don't pay the curfew fine. So yeah, I just wanted to present all of the information and facts, and you guys can come up with your own conclusion. Like I said, Frank Ocean is one of my favorite artists, so I have a clear bias, and there's almost nothing he can do for me to not like him or want to continue listening to his music or support him. But I do know that some people are feeling a certain type of way. They think Frank's a diva, they think he's gone too far. Some people think he's using his brother's death as an excuse to be an asshole. There's just been a lot of hot takes thrown around since this event occurred, and I just wanted to present the facts. You guys let me know in the comment section, how do you feel about it? Do you feel a certain type of way about Frank Ocean after hearing this? Do you feel sad for Frank because he's still grieving about his brother and you just can't wait for the album? Are you just tired of Frank Ocean and his antics and you're no longer going to pay attention? Where are you at on this line? Like I said, for me, I'm always going to support Frank Ocean because he's just one of my favorite artists. But as you know, of Chris Case, I'm going to give you guys hip hop and pop culture news when it's there. That's why make sure to subscribe, turn the notification bell for all my videos so you can like and participate in the comment section. This Chris Cadence, I'm out this motherfucker.